everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
We're the TheRcSaylors, and in case you're wondering where Popeye is, he's been awful. We are having to reshoot the beginning of this because he's a goober, so...
you may even hear him in distance.
Oh, he's in the bathroom right now. Too much.
In the dungeon.
Now, today we have a highly requested quad to share with you guys. This is the Cheerson CX-OF. We have had a ton of requests to get this on the channel, but we've hesitated to bring it to you guys because we wanted to have a nice rainy day to share some micro drones with you. So anyway, this is a little bit pricey for a micro quad. It comes in around $60. And don't let that deter you just yet, because there are some features on this quad that we haven't seen on anything like this ever before. The transmitter is unique, the quad, it looks fairly standard, but it has some unique features like an optical flow sensor, which is basically a downward facing camera to help hold its position while it's flying. And it has the altitude hold built in to go and pair with that. It also has this thing on the, this is what it says on the box, and I'm telling you this because it's so different, so new and unique for us to ever see this on any quad. It says, revolutionary app feature. It has dance mode. You preset the number of commands, and the CX-OF will follow the instruction together with music effects. We've never seen anything like that before with a quad, so I'm very excited to be sharing this with you guys. Well, let's take a look at what comes in the box, then we'll quickly get this in the air and test those features out. First, you get the quad itself, and by first glance it looks pretty standard. It's almost underwhelming, really, because it's just a white little quad with a fun little pattern on the top and some pretty standard props. We've got our forward-facing camera, which hopefully turns out to look pretty good, and then a little antenna sticking out on the side for your Wi-Fi FPV. It wraps around the bottom, and on the back you have an on-off switch and your little charge port for the USB charger, just right here. On the bottom, though, is where it starts to stand out because you have your little optical flow sensor. We'll see how well that actually works in just a minute. Let's take a look at the transmitter. Now, the transmitter, first of all, has rechargeable batteries, and you get another USB cord to charge that. This one has micro USB and regular full-size USB on this end. So that's nice that you have rechargeable batteries. Also, you'll notice the joysticks are kind of set into the transmitter. They just kind of roll around and push around like the old little track things used to on laptops. I can't really think of anything else that used to have these, but I like how they feel. I like that they're not sticking out, so they're not going to break off or anything. And I'm excited to test them out because I've never had joysticks on a quad like this at all. There's a couple other buttons. We have high, low, rate, the 3D button, and an up and down arrow, which I'm not quite sure what those do just yet. We'll get it in the air and figure that out. And then check this out. Here's a new feature for this little transmitter that's pretty brag-worthy. The phone holder is inside of the transmitter, which is really awesome for something this sleek and compact. I'm very impressed with that. Although Abby's phone is an iPhone 6s Plus for a size reference with an OtterBox case on there, it does not quite fit with that case. I do believe that it would fit just fine without that case. We generally don't do that on our channel though. iPhones, they're just too expensive to put in a little toy without that case on there. So we won't be doing that, but I like that it does do that. And it's a very sleek, compact transmitter. Very cool. You get an instruction manual, hold on to that, very nice, and 4 spare props and a little prop removing tool. So that's everything that comes in the box. Let's get this in the air and test out some of these cool features. All right, first I want to test it with the transmitter. And generally when you have a phone as well, and you turn the phone on, it doesn't fly with the transmitter. So we're not going to connect the phone yet.
But it has a button that will turn it off, so I'm going to do it from here.
Okay.
And you worry about flying.
I'm going to turn this on. The quad goes on first, then our transmitter. And our lights should change here. We go throttle down, up and down, and now we're bound.
We'll take some pictures here and show you guys the menu that we're seeing. We're going to go ahead and go to free flight. Turn the transmitter off. I believe I just did it.
Yeah, my lights changed.
And you should have full control now.
So let's try this. Auto takeoff. Okay, now here we have the altitude hold is dropping a little bit. So that's a little weird. Now it's holding okay. Let me push up a hair.
I just started the video for you guys. I forgot to do that.
Okay, that's cool. So it is weird that it's descending a hair on its own. But it's doing okay other than that. The visual position.
Oh! Shark attack!
It's flying. Let's fly some. It flies really well. I like this little thumbstick control. It feels really good. I like that a lot. Now we should have a 3D flip mode. Probably gotta hold it. There we go. There's our flip.
That was a good flip.
Yeah, I heard the motors turn off when it did the flip. Listen to this. Yeah?
Yeah.
Or at least it wound down a lot.
And the phone is like seriously responsive to this. I know you can't see that at all, but it's really good.
Now we have a high and low rate. And the lights blink too to let me know we're in the higher rate. So yaw is affected by that.
Watch out for the dog!
It's easy to fly. I mean, it's pretty much flying itself. I'm hands-free. It's one of the easiest small drones I've ever flown. Now, there's 3 beeps, so there's our highest rate, which is very fast little yaw.
Not enough for a finger spin though, Nathan.
No. There's cyclones though. Whoa! And back to rate 1. Look, it's so close.
Oh, here comes the dog!
It flies like it has a GPS, like restricting it. It's so crazy.
Oh my gosh, that was close.
That's close.
So is there any other buttons on the phone, like return to home, headless
Auto
mode?
land.
Okay. And there's Popeye.
So good of a flyer.
It's kind of loud for inside.
Yeah, it is a little loud.
So now I feel like we should just test the phone.
I agree.
Do you want me to do that?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
you're better at that stuff.
Okay, so the little eye icon, when you click your gear icon, is what turns this off and the phone back on. So I now have my transmitter on here, and there's all sorts of buttons. I'm gonna go ahead and start filming, and I'm guessing this up arrow is an auto takeoff. I'm in what they say is a 30% rate. It's very easy to fly.
From
We
your
are
phone.
not losing the altitude hold as bad as when Nathan was flying.
Let's see, it's coming down some.
A little bit, but I don't feel like it's as bad.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's as bad as what it was when you were doing it. So I like this rate. Nathan showed you the rate, so I'm just gonna leave it in there. I'm gonna stop filming, rotate,
Let's go into the dance mode while we still have some battery.
and whoa, trying to take a picture.
Okay.
And there's an umbrella with Nathan.
Yeah.
Let's go, bye-bye!
Okay, land while we still have juice, and let's try this dance mode. Come on, you can do it.
Alright, I'm just gonna catch it.
Nice.
Okay, so if you go back to the home screen and you click choreography, I don't know how to do this yet. Nathan has already kind of messed around with it. But it looks, you have like a timeline. Did you take a picture of this maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
You have a timeline, I'll do it just in case. You have like a timeline and all sorts of buttons you can push. So, let's see how this works. I have no idea what all this does, so this is going to be interesting. I'm just gonna
Popeye's gonna like it.
buttons, and I'm sure we're going to run into things inside. I don't know what I just did. Start!
Okay, that corny music that you hear now. Okay, all the controls. Hold your phone up. See, she's not flying it. All those little controls are pre-programmed in. Oh. Hit stop, hit stop. Oh. Alright, you guys gotta see this. This was really funny. There. How's that?
This has a 20-meter range, so this would work in like a bigger space, the choreography mode. It would work in a bigger space.
Okay, now I'm gonna draw my patterns.
If you can draw really quick and then take a screenshot, that would be ideal.
Okay, I'll try that.
get it going forward.
It's not
my
actually
gosh.
following that command very well.
You're behind the pole.
I'm drawing right, drawing forward, and it's really not doing it.
You gotta, Nathan, you draw your pattern and then it does it.
Yeah, I'm doing it, and it's not doing it.
No, and auto land.
Yeah, that's it for the battery.
That's it for the battery.
Well, believe it or not, Abby and I charged this multiple times to test features out so we could make sure we shared the best of these features with you guys. So everything that you were seeing was actually kind of like best case scenario. And that was only because so many people requested to see this. We didn't want to leave any of those features out.
On our first flight, we spent a lot of time on the choreography mode.
Right.
And it kept hitting things. So if you're gonna do that, you definitely need a very, very big open space.
For me, this is not what I'm looking for in a quadcopter.
No.
But there are a lot of features here, which means with each flight you do, you have an opportunity to test out those features.
Right.
Has a slightly longer flight time than most micro quads of this size, but that is good because it costs 3 or 4 times what those other quads would cost. I like that it has the optical flow positioning because when I was flying with the transmitter, it almost felt like it had a GPS. Almost. Definitely not though, but the altitude hold was nice even though it kind of sunk down very slowly. That can be remedied with a little throttle up. The transmitter's cool because I like how those little joysticks feel. There's a lot of different things going on with this one that stand out and make it different from the crowd. And it's really refreshing for us to see this because so many quadcopters on the market now are just the same thing over and over with a different shell.
But if you have a lower budget than what this one is, we will have cards throughout this video to recommend some cheaper indoor micro drones that we would highly recommend. But I think we recommend this one too. It definitely has bells and whistles that most things normally don't have.
And I applaud Cheerson big time for trying new things.
Yeah.
It has the waypoint function where you draw it with your finger, although that didn't work very well. The little pre-programmed flight mode, and then you have the fun music.
I think the drawing thing was a user error.
Could have been. Yeah, definitely could have been. That was honestly the only time we had testing that. I love how it flew with the transmitter though. I think that if this were maybe 15 bucks cheaper, and you even take away
Hey, we usually have coupon codes that will make it 18% off.
Yeah.
And I may even have a cheaper one. Just look in the description box, click that little down arrow right below the video, and make sure you look for coupon codes.
Right. I think that if this were just the quad and this really cool, unique transmitter, just because of those joysticks, I'd pick this up maybe like $40 or something. But, you know, you got the crazy app functions. So if you're wanting to try something new that can occupy your time learning and playing around with something that's different in the hobby, then this is for you. If you're looking for something more traditional, where you have a lot more control over the quad itself, you may want to pass on this and save your $60 for something else that we recommend on our channel. It's hard to say 2 thumbs up or 2 thumbs down on this because there's so much going on, which could appeal to so many different people. Just a lot of features, a lot of functions for a decent price. If you're interested, it'll be linked in the description box below. Popeye loved it. He even recovered it for me. He wants to see it fly again. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye!